What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fit to Fat to Fit Experience podcast. I'm your host, Drew Manning.
And I'm your co-host, Lynn Manning.
Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the last few episodes that we've been putting out to you guys. Today we have another great episode, and we feel like it will bring a lot of value to you guys' lives and might make you guys laugh a little bit too. We try to make you guys laugh, but also give you guys some good information. And today will be another non-interview podcast episode. So
they're like, geez, I'm so sick of hearing just from you two.
Well, we'll bring on some people here in a little bit.
In a couple more episodes.
We can't have a celebrity on every single time. But today's actually a really good episode because we've had quite a few people ask us to do something like this, where basically in today's episode, I'm going to go through my daily routine. So I'm going to talk about specifics of, what I do, what I eat, when I eat it, supplements that I take, what times, what a day in the life for me looks like as far as like my health and fitness routine. So people can get an idea, they can copy some things. Now, I actually love listening to these episodes of other people, not of myself, because I take, here and there things that I'm like, okay, I could add this, I could take out that to improve my daily routine. I think over time we can always upgrade our daily routines to become better and better people over time. Because if you asked me 10 years ago what my daily routine was, it sucked probably compared to now.
He's like, I wake up, I eat sardines.
No, 10 years ago.
I'm just
no
kidding.
way.
I meant now.
One day, maybe another episode would be me doing what a day in the life of my Fit to Fat to Fit journey looked like. Now that would be awesome for people to listen to. Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
delicious.
Mountain Dew, Zingers.
Make me hungry. Don't talk about it.
Okay. But anyways, before we jump into today's episode, you guys, I think, we will jump into our sponsors first. The first sponsor, as you guys know, is Ketogenics.com. Now, Ketogenics is an exogenous ketone supplement company. And basically, it's a powdered supplement that you pour into water. It actually tastes pretty good. It's got orange, fruit punch, and berry flavors. And basically, what this product does, you guys, I take it myself. I'm a big fan of it. Joe Rogan has talked about it on his podcast. Tim Ferriss has talked about taking exogenous ketones. I had Dr. Dom D'Agostino talk about the science behind these exogenous ketones, and they're becoming really, really popular. They're becoming more and more mainstream because what it does is it puts your body into a state of ketosis within 60 minutes. So basically, you're hacking your way into ketosis, which nutritionally can take up to a week sometimes for some people of eating a ketogenic diet. And this is just a way to hack into it. So it's a lot easier, a lot quicker, a lot faster, which is perfect for our society, right? And they're bioidentical to the same ketones that your body produces when you're in ketosis. So your blood ketone levels are elevated. You're flooding your system with these ketones. And so it's great for energy, focus, mental clarity, cognitive function, a lot of neuroprotective benefits for your brain, reducing inflammation. So there's so many health benefits to taking exogenous ketones. Even if you don't follow ketogenic diet, there's still some health benefits to taking Ketogenics, which is why I still take it every single day. Now, in this episode, I'll actually talk about how and when I use Ketogenics. So be looking forward to that. Now, you can use my code FIT2FAT2FIT at Ketogenics.com for, I believe, 15% off your 4-week supply. So go check it out, Ketogenics.com. Use the code FIT2FAT2FIT for 15% off.
And our other show sponsor is Quest Nutrition. Most people are familiar with Quest Nutrition. They offer several actually different types of products, but their most popular one, the one that I like the most, are their protein bars. If you guys have ever done any type of background research on protein bars, you guys, most of them are loaded with sugar. There's several that I've flipped over to the back to look how many grams of sugar they have. And some of them have just as much sugar and some even more than a Snicker bar. Okay. And even though Snicker bars are delicious, you're not going to be hitting your nutrition goals if you're chowing down on a high sugar protein bar every day. It's obviously great to be eating whole foods and trying to get most of your nutrition and calories from that source. But I know for me as a business owner and as a mom, I'm on the go a lot and I fall into that fast food trap if I don't have something that is high in protein and low in sugar on the go. Protein's the most satiating macronutrient, so it's going to make you feel fuller for longer. So I keep Quest bars in my car, in my purse, at my office. That way, if I'm on the go and I'm hungry, it's delicious. It also helps me curb my sugar cravings because of the flavors are so tasty and sweet, like cookie dough. So it's a great way to avoid overdoing it on sugar by having a delicious Quest bar instead. So you can check them out. Look in the show notes. We have a link right there.
All right. Check those sponsors out, you guys. And let's go ahead and jump into today's episode talking about myself.
Dun, dun, dun. So Drew.
Yes.
Tell us what you do first thing in the morning?
Okay. So first thing in the morning, here's the thing, you guys, before I get into my daily routine, please understand that this is just like a perfect example of like what it usually looks like, but it's not consistently like this because I have kids and things happen and there's weekends and there's travel. And so this is like the ideal, like how I would structure my day and it does happen every once in a while. Just, it doesn't happen 365 days a year, just so everybody knows, like this is like a perfect day for me. Like, okay, this is when I want to get things done. Right. So here's a typical day for me, you guys. I wake up. Usually, like I'll set my alarm for 6 a.m. Okay, and also know this. I mean, you guys know. You guys have heard us talk about like we're divorced and we have the kids 50% of the time. So this is going to differ depending on if I have the kids. So let's just assume
you don't wake up at 6 a.m. when you don't have the kids.
When I don't have the kids, like today I got up at 5 a.m. and did hot yoga. So,
oh my gosh,
see, that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
When I don't have the kids, it's a little bit, it differs. So, okay, 6 a.m. is like when I'll wake up and I'll go pee. Just TMI.
Oh, wow.
It's just, that's important.
Are we going to talk about your poop schedule
No,
on
we're not talking about that.
I think we could.
No, people don't
Well,
want
if you're
to know
going to
that.
already talk about number one, we might as well talk about
I
number
go
two.
pee like right away. Everybody does that, right?
Okay.
And then the first thing I do, you guys, is I drink a big jug of water with lemon juice or lime juice in it, depending on what I have available. But basically what I'll do is I'll either I have used lemon oil drops, or I'll just cut up a lemon, squeeze it, and chug it with some water. Okay?
And what does that do?
So it's great for cleansing your system, flushing some toxins out, and alkalizing your body. I do that first thing in the morning, and it helps to rehydrate you and helps with digestion.
Awesome.
So first thing in the morning, or, sometimes like if I don't have lemons, I'll just chug a bunch of cold water first thing in the morning. And I tell people to do that all the time. First thing in the morning, that's what I do. Kind of helps waking me up as well. Sometimes I'll even add in a dash of like sea salt just to help with balance out my electrolytes, adding some good sodium in there as well. And that does flush me out.
Doesn't doing that also help kind of regulate your cortisol levels?
Yes, it does help to naturally raise your cortisol levels, which here's the thing, you guys.
Are supposed to be higher in the morning.
Yes, that's how your body naturally wakes up without caffeine. So caffeine, it wasn't around all the time for everybody.
Which is sad.
Which is sad. But like when your cortisol levels rise first thing in the morning, that's your body's natural mechanism to wake you up. And this assists with that. So that's the first thing I do. And then I will actually start my coffee. Like I'll just, get it started, put it, ready to go. And then that's when I go and meditate. And
awesome.
Obviously this was a lot better in Hawaii because I could do it like on the beach.
By the ocean.
Yeah. But now I'm like in a house in the suburbs of Utah. So anyways, I'll just find a quiet place in the house. And I generally try and find a place that's like where there's a window if the sun's up, which as of right now in the summertime it is. And I'll have the sun shine on me, which for some reason just helps me meditate. I feel the warmth of the sun. It helps me. But if not, then I'll, if I'm in a hotel room, I'll still meditate. And I usually use a guided meditation. For me, I've always liked daily or Headspace. Sorry, Headspace is a great free one you can download. They have a 10-day free trial thing you can do. It's 10 days of guided meditations. Or Calm is another one that I downloaded, and that's free, 7 days of guided meditation, just for those who don't know how to meditate. It makes it super simple. We've talked about this on the show before. So I do about 10 minutes of meditation, and then I say my positive affirmations. And I've talked about this just recently, but basically the reason I do positive affirmations, even though it doesn't sound very manly, is because words have an actual impact on your body at a cellular level. So positive words. So some of the things I say, I won't say all of them, but I say, I'll usually look in the mirror after I'm done meditating. I'll say, you are a good man. You are a good father. And I'll say these while I'm smiling too. Even though I have to fake it or force it sometimes. I get it. You're tired. You haven't had your coffee yet. But they make a big difference in my life, especially if I do it consistently. Like I know for a fact it makes a difference. So I say, you're a good man, you're a good father, you are happy, you're healthy, you're strong, you're kind, you're blessed, and you're grateful. Those are just a few of the things I say. And I say it like 3 to 5 times, depending on how I feel, like to make sure I really mean it. I really try and focus on meaning it, like I really mean this about myself. And then coffee's ready.
Praise the Lord.
Yes. And then I will drink anywhere between 2 to 4 cups of coffee a day. For me, that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like days when I need a little bit extra, because like, let's say I didn't sleep or whatever, I didn't sleep well, I'll have a little bit more. Or some days I'll just have 1 cup of coffee and I'm good. It just depends like what's
now,
going on
when you
in my
say
life.
a cup of coffee, do you literally mean a measuring cup? Because a lot of times people will brew and it'll be, say, 2 to 4 cups of coffee and they have it in a huge mug. So just to clarify for people, are you literally meaning about a cup's worth of coffee, or do you mean a big mug full 4 times a day?
No. So when I measure out how much water I put into the coffee machine,
Yes.
the coffee maker,
Yes.
it is, between it's about 4 cups, between
Good.
2 to 4 cups.
Yeah. Okay. So that
So
makes
like my
more
cup
sense to
is
people.
like will fit 2 cups worth of coffee in there.
Exactly.
'Cause I
Yeah,
like
that's
big
why I wanted to
mugs.
clarify, because most people have about 2 cups worth of coffee in a mug
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
And so when he's saying he'll have 2 to 4, he means either 1 or 2 mugfuls of coffee, not 4.
Yes. And so here's what I add to my coffee, you guys, because I try and supercharge my coffee. I do my version of bulletproof coffee. And here's what I've been doing lately. Now, this has changed over time, but basically right now, I take a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, like Kerrygold, which you can buy at Walmart. I'll put a tablespoon of that, and then I'll do a scoop of MCT oil powder from Quest Nutrition, actually, and which is a powder form and tasteless. It dissolves really well. And a dash of cinnamon. I don't add any sweetener. Every once in a while we have these stevia drops, but that's like maybe very rare. I'll just add it for whatever reason. I'm like, you know what? I want some sweetness to my life. Not that I'm already
and
sweet enough.
figuratively.
I'm already sweet enough, but when I want to add some, I'll use a couple of drops of stevia. But I'll add a dash of cinnamon, and then lately I've been using this brand of these cordyceps and what are the other types of mushroom? It's from Four Sigmatic. If you, I found them on Amazon. I've heard Sean Stevenson talk about them on his podcast. I've known about the health benefits of chaga mushrooms and cordyceps. It's in the powder form, and it doesn't taste too bad. I add that to my coffee.
Now, when you say it doesn't taste too bad, is this on like a Drew palette or on a Lynn palette?
No, because you like sweetener in your coffee, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, then it would be a Drew palette.
Okay, yeah. So what he's saying
doesn't
is
taste horrible.
It doesn't taste like you're going to vomit, but it also doesn't taste good. We just wanted to clarify.
But yeah, look it up. Four Sigmatic. Maybe I'll put a link to this in the show notes.
Oh, good idea.
I don't have any endorsement with those guys, to be honest with you. I just know the benefits of taking these mushrooms. And I've been recently, probably the past 3 weeks, been adding them to my coffee.
Have you felt any sort of difference from doing that?
That's the thing is I don't, but I know, like, for example, anti-cancer properties, inflammation. It's not like,
very good.
Today I feel less inflamed.
It's one of those things that you're not going to feel, but it's doing some good work.
Yeah, once you
in
know
it,
the
so.
health benefits behind it, you're like, okay, like, for example, fish oil. It's not like, whoa, I feel great today. I took my fish oil. It's like huge difference.
I felt amazing with this anti-inflammatory.
Speaking of fish oil, so I eat, I do have some fats with my coffee, butter, MCT oil powder. That's when I take my fish oil and my bioastin. Now, bioastin is Hawaiian astaxanthin, which is made from a specific type of seaweed. And the thing I like about bioastin is it has omega-3s, right? A lot of omega-3s, but it also protects your skin from the sun. So I notice, like, when I take my bioastin, I rarely get sunburn.
Well, you're also tan.
Part Hawaiian.
So.
But still, like, I still have to put protection on. But I noticed a big difference.
You said that because taking the bioastin, I haven't been burning either. I did not know
there you
that.
go. You didn't know that, huh?
Learned something new.
There you go. And I also take it helps out with joints too. So helping to lubricate my joints, because if any of you guys know, I have a bad right knee. I partially tore my MCL back in college playing football.
Yep.
I was a college football player.
I know.
Kind of a jock.
I was there.
But not like a rude jock. I was a nice jock, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I have a bad knee, and so like taking bioastin and fish oil does help out with my joints.
Yeah.
And obviously having those omega-3s because...
yeah, I've seen that really helps you out with your joints, because obviously when we were married, with you having the bad knee, anytime we would run or we prepare for races, when you aren't taking that, you have a lot more knee pain. So those things really do help, especially for people that are experiencing any type of joint pain. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. And so I kind of take a lot of my fats in supplement form or in my coffee at the same time in the morning. And that helps to keep me feeling full first thing in the morning. And since I'm doing the keto diet, you guys, most of the food and supplements you'll hear me talk about are geared more towards the keto lifestyle. And that's just what I've been doing recently. Like, maybe once every 6 months I could do this to kind of update you guys on what I've changed. But for right now, this is where it's at. And so I take those at the same time as my coffee. I just, I'll take 3 fish oils per day. I don't have the amount of grams or milligrams on me right now. And I'll take 2 to 3 bioastin. So, and then every once in a while, like if I know I'm not going to see the sun for a few days or I'm not going to be outdoors, I will take vitamin D. D3.
Yes, D3.
And a great time to take it is with fats because it's fat soluble. It's a fat soluble vitamin, so you need fats to absorb it. And so that's, when I'll take my vitamin D3. I don't take it all the time. And I take upwards of 8,000 IU, and I kind of go back and forth sometimes because there's different science on like how much men need. Helps out with testosterone levels. So for me, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I don't take it every single day. I don't rely on it every single day, but maybe like once a week or once every couple of weeks, I'll take like 8,000 IU.
Wow, that's a lot.
Okay, and then that's when I start my work. I'll answer my emails. Oh, wait, before that, if I have the girls, like let's say they're in school, I'll drop them off at school, get them ready, make them breakfast. Like while I'm drinking my coffee, I'll, make them eggs and like some berries or eggs, and they love eggs.
They do love eggies.
So, and then I drop them off at school, for example, and then I will come back and start working on my emails. And I'll just give myself 60 minutes of emails. Like I try and limit my time, so I'm not just there for like all day. And about this time, it's probably, let's say, it's probably by the time I make them breakfast, get them ready, make my coffee, meditate, all that, it's probably around 8 a.m. now. So from 8 to 9 a.m., I will answer emails. And then right about 8:30, like about halfway into my emails, is when I take my pre-workout, which is Ketogenics. So about 8:30, 9-ish, I will take a full serving of Ketogenics. Now, some people, feel better just doing half a serving. For me, I feel really good doing a full serving of Ketogenics. So I'll add that to some water, I'll shake it up, and I will just chug that about 45 minutes before my workout. So that's my pre-workout, you guys. I don't do BCAAs anymore. I don't really do like Jack 3D or, these pre-workouts that I used to take back in the day.
Well, because the Ketogenics gives you a lot of energy.
Well, the Ketogenics, yes, because it floods my body with ketones, and it has a small amount of caffeine in it. But then also the coffee is a great pre-workout. Like I wish I would have taken coffee back in the day. So anyways, I take my Ketogenics about 45 minutes before my workout. I finish my emails, I get ready for the gym, and I go do a workout. Now, recently I've been doing CrossFit. I might go to the 9:30 class or something like that. In Hawaii, I was kind of working out on the beach or just going to a gym and doing my own thing. Here's the thing, you guys. I like to work out smarter, not longer. So you've heard of us talk about Dollar Workout Club before on the podcast. It's our program that we created. It's an online platform that has these at-home workouts that are 10 to 20 minutes long, and they're high-intensity interval training. And that's kind of the type of workouts I do. So whether I'm doing CrossFit or Dollar Workout Club workouts, which, by the way, if you want to check that out, it's only $1 a week, and you get access to 5 at-home workout videos that we have pre-recorded, and you can follow along with us and work out with us online. Yeah,
there are a variety of workouts. It's kind of cool. It's actually because we each write a month worth, like I'll write a month's worth, Natalie, then Drew. The style, even though it's all high intensity and designed to burn optimal amount of fat and have a strong afterburn effect, they're all a little different. Like Drew, actually, because he does like more of a CrossFit style, he'll do a lot of more, I guess you could say, kind of at-home CrossFit style workouts for Dollar Workout Club. Yeah,
so check that out, dollarworkoutclub.com. But basically, I'll do a workout. Even though I might be at the gym for 45 minutes to an hour, my actual workout is probably no more than 20 minutes long. And if you haven't done high-intensity interval training for me, it's the best way of working out because you get it done out of the way as quickly as possible. And yeah, it's hard because walking on a treadmill for 60 minutes to 2 hours is not that hard, but it's time consuming. And so I love 10 to 20 minute workouts where I'm just like beat, exhausted, and then
and you have
done for the day.
You get more benefit. It's really interesting if you do any type of research about high intensity interval training versus say even jogging for an hour, you're going to get more of a result from a 10 to 15 minute high intensity workout because of the afterburn effect. That means you're burning more calories for up to the next 48 hours versus when you do steady cardio, like a jog for 60 minutes, you might burn more calories during that period. Actually, you will. But then what happens is the afterburn effect, how many calories you burn post exercise, almost immediately drops down very quickly. And so that's what Drew means. You can work out smarter, meaning, just this 10 to 15 minute workout instead of having to work out for an hour, and you'll get more benefit. So,
yep. And then, I'll do my workout, and then, usually in the past I would have done a post-workout shake. Like I would have, gotten some protein, some whey protein, chugged that because, I was worried about losing my gains. But now that I'm doing ketosis, you guys, I don't have to worry about that as much because when you're in a state of ketosis, your body is very protein sparing. So you're not going to lose your muscle mass if you don't have like 30 grams of protein like within that 30-minute window.
Interesting.
But I mean, here's the thing: is I'm done with my workout. I chug a bunch of water during my workout. After my workout, I'll go home and then I will I'll make myself lunch. By this time it's like 11:30, 12,
and you're not hungry because when you're in a state of ketosis, it regulates your hunger.
That's the thing is I'm working out without any like real food in my system. Yeah, right. I had coffee and some fat, maybe like 300, 400 calories worth, and then my ketogenics, but I'm not like in the past I would have had like a huge meal. Like I need to carb up, load up with protein before my workout so I can get through this workout. Now I'm pretty much not on an empty stomach, but my body's running off of ketones at this point instead of running off glucose. So even though I don't have a lot in my system, I'm able to do these high intensity workouts and be okay doing ketosis. Which in the past, that's like a big no-no. You're like, you got to fuel up before these workouts,
Yeah, so you have the energy and you don't feel nauseous at all.
Yep, I don't feel nauseous, and I feel I could do heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, add in some Metcon work, where I'm doing like a 10-minute AMRAP, and I'm good to go. And then by this time, like, I get home, and I'll start prepping for lunch, And my lunch these days looks like this, you guys. I'll do 3 to 4 eggs, whole eggs, sauteed in butter, so like a tablespoon of butter.
Yummy.
I'll saute in butter, cook it up a little bit, add like 3 handfuls of spinach, like a ton of spinach, because spinach is very nutrient dense, low in carbs, full of vitamins and minerals.
Iron.
Yep. So I add that into my eggs, and then I will sometimes I will do full fat cheese. Now here's the thing, you guys. What's so interesting? When I am in ketosis, I can actually handle dairy, like some forms of dairy.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
Because Drew is lactose intolerant.
Yes.
So we never used to have cheese in this house.
Cheese or
no
milk
cheese,
or
no
yogurt
milk,
or anything.
no ice cream.
But here's the thing: I can do full fat cheese, like especially like grass-fed cows or goats, and my stomach is totally fine with it.
Interesting.
And so I add full fat cheese sometimes to my eggs every once in a while, not every single day, but I'll do eggs, butter, spinach, saute that up, and then for me, I do eat wild caught sardines because they're
I knew this was coming.
So delicious.
Ew.
No, because they're a great ketogenic food. Very, very low, like 0 carbs, a lot of fat. I get the ones that are wild caught in olive oil. I don't get the ones that are like soybean oil or vegetable oil or anything like that. I try and get the one with the bones and skin still intact. Ugh. And I'll add that. And then I also add a whole avocado, like on top of it.
Well, avocado.
And I add sea salt or pink Himalayan salt to all my meals. So that's the thing, you guys. With ketosis, you have to make sure your electrolytes, you're getting in the right amount of minerals, sodium, potassium, magnesium. And the reason people experience the keto flu is because they don't have enough sodium usually added to their food.
And I can attest to this because when I tried out ketosis, that is exactly what happened. I got the keto flu. I was miserable for like a day. I thought I was dying. I think I even called Drew and I'm like, I'm dying. Say goodbye to the kids for me. Just kidding. But and it was because of that. I didn't realize that I needed more salt. So that's crucial if you're going to be doing ketosis. Remember that.
And that type of meal, you guys, just to give you like a macronutrient breakdown, is probably around 70% fat, 20% protein, 25% protein, 5% carbs, that type of meal. Very, very low carb, maybe a little bit from the spinach, a little bit from the avocado. Eggs, cheese, sardines, butter don't really have any. So it's very minimal. And that's based on my macronutrient split for lunch. And then I chug a bunch of water after that as well. And then I shower. Now the shower thing, like I've gone on and off of this where I do hot cold showers, which, there's a lot of health benefits to doing the hot cold, but being a man, shrinkage is a factor and it's very uncomfortable. But I will do the hot, for a little bit. Then I'll shift to like freezing cold on my chest area and back area. And yeah, it's super uncomfortable. I'll do it just for 30 seconds and it's hard. And then I'll go back to hot and then cold and then hot, And there's a lot of scientific studies showing that, it affects your mitochondria and your brown fat cells, activates them. And the more brown fat you have, the more energy you burn. So it's actually
babies have
beneficial.
More brown fat, you guys. If you're wondering why when you're holding a baby, it feels like it's on, like you're like, man, this baby's hot. It's warm. It's because brown fat is warm and it will boost your metabolism. You'll burn more calories stimulating that brown fat.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. And then here is after that is about where I take my vitamins for the day. I don't do a lot of supplements like I used to, but I do take a vitamin. So for example, I do take a whole food multivitamin. I've bought the cheap vitamins before in the past, but for me, I try and stick to whole food multivitamins because I know my body's going to assimilate those nutrients better than, these synthetic forms of vitamins. And anyway, so I take whole food multivitamins, just to cover my bases. I will take glucosamine chondroitin for my joints. And I know that's kind of controversial for some people, but for me, for whatever reason, it works. Like notice a difference. I take spirulina, from the same company as Bioastin. It's the Hawaiian astaxanthin company. Anyways, I take probably like 6 to 8 of those tablets. Spirulina is a very nutrient-dense, protein-dense food that does not taste good, but if you just swallow them...
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it kind of has a fishy taste.
Yeah,
it's coming from the ocean. But the health benefits are great. So just get the tablets. Don't try and swallow the powder.
No, get the tablets.
I take turmeric for its anti-inflammatory properties. That also helps out with my joints. And I actually take quite a bit of that. I get the ones actually from Costco that have the black pepper extract, which help your body assimilate the turmeric. Because if you take just straight turmeric, your body doesn't absorb all of it. From what I've studied. So, okay, vitamin D, like I said, I take that with my coffee. And then I do take digestive enzymes. Lately, I've been using MRM. Theirs are great. Those work just fine. And that definitely helps out with any digestion issues.
And digestive enzymes, you guys, also help you assimilate nutrients. It's when you're eating them with your meal. It's not just about helping you digest. It actually helps you to assimilate the nutrients in your food.
Yes, and I probably should have said that before. I'm kind of categorizing them with all my vitamins, but I actually take them with my meals. So yeah, I should have said that. Like, for example, my lunch and my dinner is when I'll take the digestive enzymes. Okay, gotcha. Here's the thing about ketosis, you guys. Like, that's my lunch, and that's a lot of calories, probably like 1,200 calories. And it's probably like, 40 to 50 grams of protein at once. And in the past, I usually wouldn't do that. But for me, like, that's like, it works perfectly. And then I'm good to go usually until dinner time, like 6:30ish, without any hunger pangs or like hangry issues. Like, give me food now. I'm starving. I'm actually very, very satiated. And this is like night and day. I can feel a huge difference. So if I do need a snack, macadamia nuts are a great ketogenic snack. Pecans are another one. Brazil nuts I'll do sometimes. I try and stay away from like salted cashews or any kind of roasted ones because they're usually roasted in like peanut oil or safflower oil or whatever, which isn't the very healthiest type of oil. So I try and eat them raw. So that's kind of like, if I do need a snack, that will be my go-to snack. For dinner, now, okay, so I like during this time, I'm like picking up my girls, we're playing at the park, or we're doing stuff, we're doing homework, or sometimes I might have to work. I'm good to go until dinner time. And like dinner time comes around, and 6:30 is when I eat. And for me, here's a few different types of meals. Like, for example, once a week, I'll or maybe once every couple weeks, I'll buy like a really nice steak and I'll saute it or I'll cook it in butter.
And
so I do
delicious.
Butter, pink Himalayan salt, some pepper, maybe a little bit of cumin. I always pronounce that wrong. On there on both sides, and that's a great ketogenic food. And then I also, one of my go-to vegetables that I like to cook is coconut cauliflower. And you've seen me post that recipe on my Instagram and social media.
Tasty.
For me, it is because I love coconut. So basically what it is, it's one head of cauliflower chopped up into rice-like consistency, and then you cook it over medium heat with 1 can of full-fat coconut milk. So you add in the coconut milk, stir it up, let it simmer until all the coconut milk is soaked into the cauliflower for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then once like the liquid is pretty much gone, turn the heat off, add in like about a cup, 3/4 of a cup to a cup of unsweetened coconut flakes, and you mix that in, and man, I could eat that all day, and it is a lot of calories.
I think it's very tasty, so it actually tastes good.
Yes, and it is a lot of calories because the full-fat coconut milk and the coconut is high in fat, and the cauliflower is very, obviously nutrient-dense but low in carbohydrates, so it's great for a ketogenic lifestyle, and that's kind of like my side dish. Sometimes I'll mix it up, and I will have, so I'll have like the steak and the coconut cauliflower. Other times I might just do chicken sausage with some more eggs, and some more, like I'll cut up broccoli or cauliflower and add it to my eggs to cook in there a little bit. And that's like a really quick, easy dinner. Or sometimes I might do like a bacon cheeseburger with avocado on top with no bun. That's so delicious too,
Oh, man.
And that's like
I'm
my
hungry
ketogenic
now.
type of meal. That's the types of food. So I'm really only eating 2 main meals a day. And it's awesome because I'm like, I used to preach meal prep all the time, and yes, that does work for a lot of people, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of preparation. For this, it's just 2 meals, and I'm good to go. Bulletproof coffee is, that's not really, I'm not chewing during that time. But anyways, that's kind of like my typical day, you guys. After that, I don't need to eat before I go to bed. I'm still full, and I do add salt, to those meals, just so you know. And, before bedtime, I'll play with the girls, we'll read books, and I usually go to bed around 9:30. And that's a day in the life of Drew.
Early to bed,
nice
early
day.
to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yep, I am old. I'm an old man, 35 years old. 9:30, 10, like is my typical when I go to bed, usually. Now, like I said, this is like an optimal day. Like, hey, this is like what I would like every day to look like. But let's face it, life happens. Being a dad happens. You have kids. You go on vacation.
Plus, we travel a lot for work.
For business. It's not always the same.
Yeah.
But this is like, okay, if you can schedule your day, stick to a routine Monday through Friday, like you will see results if you stay consistent. So. Take from here what you want. You guys apply what you want, or just be like, man, Drew's an idiot. I can never do that.
If you were to tell people to integrate just 2 things that you do in your daily routine that you think is the most important, maybe something that could be like, okay, I can try out these 2 things this week. What 2 things do you think would be the most important?
Honestly, I would say meditation and positive affirmations. Other than that, because those kind of like more mental and emotional, spiritual.
Yeah.
Like if everyone could do that, they would be a better human being, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than that, on the physical side of things, I think, let's see, obviously preparing their meals or knowing what they're going to eat in advance would be great. But just having a schedule, like, okay, here's my day and here's when I'm going to eat and when I'm going to eat it. As far as like biggest bang for your buck, as far as like vitamins or supplements go, for me, I'm a big fan of ketogenics, of course, but that might not be for everybody, a keto lifestyle. But I think if fish oil, and like a whole food multivitamin, digestive enzymes, and vitamin D, those things can make a big difference in people's lives, especially if they don't really know anything about nutrition and they know they don't eat healthy. Those 4 vitamins would be great.
Wow, we actually agree on some things. We're very different as trainers, and you'll hear that one next episode. We'll go into like what my day looks like.
Yeah.
And as far as trainers go, we train very differently. We eat very differently. But there's some core things that we definitely both do and believe are crucial.
Yeah. So here's the thing, you guys. At the end of the day, It's you versus you. You got to do what's best for you. Find what works for you. Make it a lifestyle change. This isn't just some diet that I'm going to do for 30 days and then just go back to eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch again for the rest of my life. It's not about weight loss. It's not even just about fat loss. It's about being the best version of you that you can be. And you need to be your own experimenter. Like, you need to experiment on yourself, find what works best for you and what's optimal for you. And that's the best way to discovering your best self. Just know that you're worth it to live a healthy lifestyle. You're worth it to be healthy. It's not just about being skinny, but being the best version of you, like the best mom, the best dad, the best brother, sister, sibling, employee. And when you're your healthiest, that's when you're the best version of yourself, because you're happier. You're not having to worry about your health. So just know that you're worth it to fight for your health. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to reach out to me on social media if you guys have questions about it. And we'll
try to keep
comments.
Detailed information in the show notes so that you guys can really see the exact routine that Drew stated, the supplements that he said he takes, so that you can click on those links or do a little bit of research to find, like Drew said, find your balance, find what works for you and your body.
Yeah. So please leave us your feedback if you guys like this episode. And we hope you'll join us next week for another great episode here on the Fit to Fat to Fit Experience podcast.
Yeah. And if you want to find us on social media and learn a little bit more about us, my social media handle is the number 2 Fit at Home. And I am on Facebook and on Instagram. My website is the number 2 fitathome.com. And if you want to go scroll to the bottom, there's a newsletter sign up. I like to send out a newsletter. Usually I'll include some great information, a recent blog post, a healthy recipe, and if there's any events coming up. So go ahead and register for my newsletter, you guys. And we'll talk to you next week.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. And we hope you'll join us next week for another great episode on the Fit to Fat to Fit Experience podcast. See you guys.